It's time for Cox and Crendor!
Cox and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning! Broadcasting live! Before our recording studio audience. Recording! Wake your ass up! It's the Cox and Crendor in the morning! Hello, everybody! Welcome back to Cox and Crendor in the morning.
Hold on. Wait. Okay.
Yeah?
Hello?
Yes?
And I was going to say, I like how every time we start the thing with like, hello, everybody, welcome, we then always follow up with me saying a thing.
Yes, that's how it works, yes. So what happened there? Why did it not work?
I don't know. I just had an epiphany of that. And I was like, whoa, but I had to mention it, but I also paused the whole thing to mention it.
I'm glad you did that, because now I can double pause, which is like playing.
Triple pause.
I am so sick right now. I'm deathly ill. I've been sick for about a week and a half. We're doing this podcast because I want you to suffer with me. Because I want you to know that I hear your complaints that there's no episodes, but I'm sick. So I hope you, when you listen to this, you get the complainer flu. And because you complained a bunch, you poop out your butt. But not just poop. Other stuff, too. Like toy cars.
Well, you've also been traveling a lot, which is also probably why you're sick.
Oh, I guarantee that's why. I went to Germany, came back sick. Went to Germany, came back sick. I'm done traveling. I'm never going to leave my house again.
How was your Germany flight? Because that was the last time you were like, I'm going to Germany.
I mean, it was okay. It was fine. The flight out there was me being stuck behind a lady who insisted on reclining the entire way. So I couldn't do anything. Like, it drove me crazy. I had, in order to watch TV, I had to also recline. Because you know how the TVs have that tint where like you can't see them from an angle?
Yeah.
So I couldn't watch my own TV because it was so angled that I couldn't see the tint on the screen.
All because she reclined.
Yeah, and so I had to recline too. So the person behind me had to recline. It was a mess.
Yeah.
But then on the way back, it was fine because I slept the entire way because I just started to get a cough, and then when I woke up, I was sick. And I've been sick ever since. But it's like a reverse sickness. Like I was coughing without feeling ill first.
Oh.
And usually it's the other way around. Like I get sick and then you cough for a while. This was reverse. I was coughing, felt fine, and then I started to take cold medicine, and now I feel horrible.
Oh.
I'm just saying, the minute I started taking cold medicine to get rid of a cough is when everything else happened.
It's like it triggered the cold.
Yeah, man. That's what but I guess, like, isn't the cold your body sort of like pushing everything out? Like making you better?
Yeah.
So really, like, it's doing its job, maybe, but it just sucks, and I don't like being sick.
Yeah,
so my videos are like, hey, everybody, it's me. Cough, cough, puke, puke. I'm sick.
Sore throat.
Oh, my throat sucks.
I'm only sick once this year. It was in cold season back in, like, January.
That's because you don't go anywhere or do anything.
Yeah.
Like, you aren't exposed to germs. You're exposed to nothing.
But here's the thing. There's lots of people that are like, man, it sucks. I'm just doing nothing at home. But to me, that doesn't suck. I'm like, this is awesome.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. I mean, I would strongly disagree with you and say that literally everything you do sounds boring as hell.
There's the thing. I view other people's things that are exciting as boring.
Well,
so like, for example, if someone were to go to like another country and be like, wow, this is amazing, and walk around, I wouldn't care. Just be like, it's another place. You know?
See, here's the thing, though. You would have liked Germany because we went around one day and literally just did, like, the German food thing.
Right. I like
so
the
you
food.
would have liked that. You would, because we found this one place that had a pretzel. This dude bought a pretzel that was as big as his body.
Oh, whoa.
And then he spent all day eating the pretzel. It was awesome. We found this place that made German donuts. I didn't even know there was such a thing. It was so good. It was like American donuts, but not like 1,000% sugar. It was like delicious.
Whoa.
It was really good. It was an experience.
But
I was very thrilled.
Like, I would like to experience those foods at home instead of going there.
Well, I mean, you can do that. America has all that stuff. That's like a thing we do.
Exactly.
We have all that crap. And when everyone's like, so, this is your first time in Kyrgyzstan. Do you like our food here? And I'm like, we have this shit at home. Like, I don't want to be rude, but we do. Like, America has all the food now.
Mainly if you live in a city. If
That's
you live
true.
in, like, nowhere.
Yeah, if you live in
America.
Nowheresville, you have a TGI Fridays. Yeah.
So.
You get
That's
your
a
endless
thing.
apps, though. You get your endless apps.
Yeah.
Mm.
Endless apps. And fries.
Yes, and fries.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
man. I don't know
So,
what to talk about now.
yeah, so what have you been up to? Like,
Oh.
last time we talked, we were talking about, I don't think you had seen Mad Max yet.
Oh, yeah.
Holy moly, I love that movie.
That was a great movie. Because I haven't seen any of the Mad Maxes, and I saw Mad Max, and I was like, that was really good.
Yeah,
It starts out, like, really crazy.
like the first
you're-
hour, you're just, like, everyone who's seen it the first hour, they're just like, what the shit is happening?
Yeah. And then you just accept it after a while.
Yeah, then after a while, you're like, this is the coolest effing thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
I
it's
get
like,
it. Oh, I get it.
I thought it was just going to be a bunch of, like, cars driving around and people fighting, like, rah, rah, but it actually had, like, a decent, like, story to it.
Let's be clear. The unsung heroes of that movie are one guitar guy,
Yeah.
two
doubt.
old lady motorcycle gang,
Mm-hmm.
3, the one dude, the one guy who's like, I live, I die, I live again. That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
He's
I
my
had a
favorite character in
feeling-
that entire movie.
Like, okay, spoiler. I had a feeling he was gonna die, just because they built it up so much of him being like, I need to die for a good cause, and like he viewed his good cause as like
His
dying
good
for that
cause,
one guy.
sexy redhead.
Yeah,
That's always a
and
good
then-
cause. Sexy redhead's always a good cause.
And then that was his moment at the end. He's just like, I got this.
Yeah, man,
He
I dug
did.
him. I was like, that's one of my favorite characters. But without a doubt, guitar guy, best character in the entire
Mhm.
movie. Just rocking out like fire shooting out of his guitar.
I know. And did he
Hour
not
and a
have
half.
eyes?
I think he had a mask on or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
If he was
I don't know.
blindfolded or had a mask or had no eyes and played
Yeah.
like that, badass. That guy's a badass.
Guitar guy, Mad Max.
Are you Googling guitar guy?
Yeah. He does he have eyes? He does. Oh wait, I think he does just have a mask. Damn. Oh well.
I would have liked for him to have no eyes.
I know. That'd be cool. And like
Or
he's
it's like Guillermo del Toro movie and the eyes are in his hands. That's why he's so good at guitar.
or wait, it looks like he's just got a thing. He might not have eyes. I don't know. I'm gonna say he doesn't just because.
Yeah, it's cooler. It's cooler without the eyes.
Yeah.
He's much cooler without eyes.
He is much cooler without eyes.
Agreed.
And,
Agreed.
Let's see what else. Mad Max. I want to watch the old Mad Max now. Or is
I think you would like the first one a lot. The
Yeah.
second one is okay. The third one is like Hollywood bullshit.
okay? Yeah.
Like it's got Tina Turner in it, and there's, weird crap. It's like way more tame than the first two.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll just watch the first one then.
The first one's very similar to the one that just came out,
Okay.
except it's
That's
got what's his face, Mel Gibson. That's Mad Max.
Yeah. I've been watching Game of Thrones.
Oh
Everybody's
my
freaking
God.
out because
Oh my God.
the books. They've reached the books now.
Well, here's the thing. You can't really judge them by the books, because especially after the last episode, the
Yeah.
stuff that happened definitely didn't happen in the books. And everyone's like, well, it will happen. How do you know? How do you know the next book
Well-
hasn't come out yet?
I think he said it would happen, but I don't,
George R. R. Martin's a dummy. A big, stupid dummy.
he was like, it'll happen. just
Ruining
not-
characters.
Maybe not in the same way.
Ruining characters that I love. Go to hell, George R. R. Martin.
Yeah.
You big smelly old fart.
I think
hate
at this
you.
point he's just kind of like, I'm making a lot of money. I don't have to write books fast.
Yeah. So, spoiler for those of you who are excited for this final episode.
Yeah.
Stuff happens that will look. It's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
If you aren't already mad at something, you will be by the end of this next episode.
Yeah.
That's all
No
I'm gonna
doubt.
say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Unless
If
it's Arya, because I feel like
if-
Arya's gonna be awesome.
if the last few episodes didn't anger you in some way, be it by a character being ruined or by a weird death or whatever, The next episode will do it for you. The next
Cersei
episode
has the walk. That'll
oh
be
my
great.
god, the next episode is going to be just so much.
excited.
The internet is going to explode.
It is.
Two major things have to happen. And I'm not going to spoil either of them, but they're
Yeah.
two major things, and both will piss the internet off.
Yeah,
And I can't wait. I can't wait.
more so than already.
I've come to accept it, but you guys are going to be super pissed.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah. And then Nick visited. I don't know if you know Nick.
I
He's
do
my
know
friend.
Nick. We played games with him.
Yeah, he visited from Vegas, and he's like, give me the Chicago experience. So we went and saw a Cubs game,
Uh-huh.
and we
You
ate.
sit near meatballs? Like, hey, Cubbies!
No,
gabagoo."
but okay, they were playing the Kansas City Royals. Turns out a lot of people from Kansas City like to drive up or get to Chicago to watch baseball. And they were all cheering for the Royals like in Wrigley Field, and this woman like looked behind me when they hit a home run to start the game, Kansas City, and then she looks behind me and she's like, "You're not cheering." And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Cheer for them." And I was like, "No."
What?
Yeah, she was like, "Cheer for the Royals." I'm like, I'm at a Cubs game in the Cubs stadium. I'm not gonna cheer for the Royals because you're a Royals fan.
Were you guys sitting in the away section?
No, we're just sitting in the.
Are you sure you weren't in the visitors section?
No, they were like all over. Even the guy on TV, like he's like, "There's a lot of Royals fans here." Like it was crazy.
Poor Cubs. Poor Cubs.
They're actually doing well this year,
Nobody
though.
cares.
They're
Nobody
actually doing well
cares.
this year, though. They're actually like in
Nobody
second
cares.
place.
It's the Cubs. Poor Cubbies. Nobody cares.
And so yeah, we ate hot dogs. We ate deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. At the Cubs game, there's this like guy because we couldn't find parking, right? Because it's Wrigley Field and it's like in the thing and there's like one-way streets and shit and everyone's trying to park for the game. So people that live there like rent out their garages and their parking spaces for like $30 to $40. Like park here for $30-$40. And so we were gonna park at one of them. It was called Easy Out Parking. And this guy in front of us like pulled in and it was this like tiny like Asian woman and she was like, "You park here." And she's like yelling at him.
Go
And he's like, "I
on.
park there." And she's like, "No, behind the pole. Behind the pole." And then he's like, "Behind the pole? How do I get behind the pole?" And she's like, "Yeah, the pole." And he was like, he's like, "I can't even get out of my car already. How am I supposed to back out? There's a pole there." And she's like, "Yeah, behind the pole." And then some guy living in like the house or the apartments or whatever it was comes out on his balcony thing and he's like, "That's my parking spot." And he's like, "She's telling me to park behind the pole." And she's like, "Behind the pole." And then Nick was just like, "I think we should park somewhere else." And I was like, yeah, we definitely should.
Behind the pole.
And so we found this super like tall, skinny old guy. And he was like, "Come on down. My name's Dale." And we were just like, okay. And he's like,
Okay, Dale.
and Dale was just like, "Now, how long you gonna stay at this baseball game?" We're just like, till it's over. And he's like, "You're gonna want the good parking then." And we're like, okay. And he's like, $40, stay as long as you want. $30, gotta leave by the 7th inning. And we're like, okay. And he's like, "Come on." And he like led us to like this awesome parking spot he had right by the stadium. And he's just like, "Cops try to get me all the time. These guys are assholes."
I feel like what you do is illegal.
No, like other people were parking there.
$40.
Then he gave us his business card called like Dale's Parking.
Well, so why would he be? First off, $40 seems really expensive until you realize what you're doing.
Yeah,
So that's relatively cheap for a baseball game, parking wise,
yeah.
especially so close. I feel, and why would the cops be after him? More importantly, why is it 30 if you leave at the 7th, but 40 if you stay the entire game?
I don't know. I guess
feel like
some
this
people
guy
wanna
is he
leave-
storing? Are there drugs now in your car?
I hope not.
Have you
I
seen
don't think
weird
so.
people come by your car and like mess around underneath it?
No. But
Are you sure you're not a mule, a drug mule?
I don't know.
You could be.
Oh.
You could be a drug mule now. Here's my card if you ever need a place to park.
But Nick was like, "Dude looks like he's went through chemo," and he kept calling him Chemo Dale. And I was like, that's offensive.
I feel so bad.
Yeah. But I
Here's
mean,
the
he had
thing.
good parking. I'd park with him again.
I want to laugh, but I can't because I can barely breathe. But I want to let you know that that's pretty funny.
And he's just like, damn, did Chemo Dale save the day, dude? That's like, he did. Gave us really good park. We didn't have to park behind a pole.
Behind a pole.
It was just like a super skinny alley with like people coming in both ways. And I was just like, how? And then she was like, some super bro guy is just like in his SUV Escalade shit. And he's just like, I'm coming down the alley. And he blocked all the cars going the other way. And she's like, sir, you gotta move. You gotta move. And he just like sat there not moving.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. And he just like looked around like, I gotta park somewhere, dude. I was just like, oh my God, just go around the other way. It's all you gotta do. And then she's like, there's parking down there. And he's like, all right. It's just like, God.
So, yesterday I went grocery shopping, but I went to a different grocery store than I usually go to because I had a pocket full of like change and I wanted to get rid of it. Mm-hmm. And my grocery store, they do not accept your change.
Oh.
They won't take it. So I had to go to like the sort of like down the road ghetto-fied version of my grocery store. Exact same thing, literally 5 blocks away, they'll take it.
Whoa.
So I walk in, and as I'm walking in, there's a big stand set up for DARE. You know, like from high school.
The drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs. Anyway, so they're like, hey, remember DARE from high school? And I'm like, I do, in fact. They're like, yeah, we're trying to keep kids off drugs. The government doesn't fund us anymore, so if you want to give us some money, we'd love to. And they're really excited. And they're all like, yeah, hey, high-fiving people.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, when I come back out, if I have any stuff left over, I will get you, I promise.
Yeah.
So I go inside, do my grocery shopping, come back out with my cart. They're like, DARE! You promised some money, woo! And I'm like, okay, I have about $1.50. Just take it. I hope you use it for whatever you use it for. They're like, awesome, for donating $1, you get to choose one of these awesome toys to take home with you. And they had like a desk full of toys.
What?
And I was like, I don't really want a toy. They're like, do you want to donate a toy to a kid? And I was like, do whatever you want with it. Just, pick a toy, give it to a kid. It'll be fun. And they're like, but you have to pick the toy out because you donated. I'm like, it doesn't really bother me. Just whatever you think works. And they're like, well, what about this one or this one? And I'm like, that one, sure. And the girl's like, are you sure? And I was like, I don't. I started to walk away. And I was like, you have fun. And so I hear, as I'm walking away, the girl go back to the other girl at the desk. And she's like, I don't know what to do. He didn't pick a toy. I was like, what? She's like, what do we do? No one's never not taken a toy before.
Dear God.
So I was like, okay, well, good thing I gave them money.
I feel like the money probably didn't even equate to the toy. Like, they're better off.
No, it was like the $1.50 I gave. They had like, pretty shitty toys at the table, like whistle blowers and poppin' snappers and who's a what's-its and dolly wallies and all sorts of weird shit that you'd find like the 99-cent store.
Yeah, the typical dolly wallies.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Just give the kid whatever. They were like, no, it has to come from you. And I was like, I just don't care, DARE. I just don't care. Maybe this is why the government doesn't fund you anymore.
So I searched DARE, went to their website here. I remember DARE, and they'd come in and be like, don't do the marijuana. It's going to kill you.
Don't do drugs, kids. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I went there, and they apparently linked an article about how edible marijuana candies kill 9 in Colorado and 12 at Coachella. And they were like, this is the reason we're doing what we do. But what they didn't realize was that was from The Onion. And
are you kidding me?
And they deleted their article about how...
That's like that FIFA guy. The FIFA guy that this past week, he was like, he's like, do you not see? America has the next World Cup. And it was an Onion article. He's like, you guys are crazy. You think I'm bad. America hypocrite. America hypocrite. It's like, you dumb.
It said right below the article that Dare linked about the marijuana killing people was an article about how a chicken gave birth to a puppy because of legalized gay marriage.
Shut up. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Now that's news.
That's news.
That's
you
news.
Saw it.
Well, speaking of which, let's go to Chapter Copter Crendor. This guy can't even talk.
Yeah, hey, we're up here in the Chapter Copter, sponsored by Dare, not actually sponsored by Dare for legal reasons, where you should be off drugs unless you need them. So, we got some interesting thing down in the streets of where you're living. We can now see all across America. Not Europe yet, we're not that advanced, but we can see all across America the traffic going on. Detroit's got some crazy traffic right now. LA, always crazy. If you're down in Florida, you gotta back up because someone has started eating a picnic on the freeway. It appears that it's gonna hold up traffic for quite a bit. A lot of angry people down there. Especially Jordan Neal and David Roback and Dominic Rose. Those are the three main guys we're looking at who are getting out of their car, and they are kicking the guy's picnic basket over. This is
my
insane.
picnic basket. Oh, no.
Oh my god, this is unbelievable. It appears that Dom Lawrence is very mad about this too. He wanted to join the picnic, and it's not his day. He's not going to get any food. He's going to have to go down to the grocery store and pick out a toy if he's going to get any food out of this, even though that doesn't make any sense. But really, does any of this make any sense? Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Crendor. Now let's go to Crendor at the weather desk. How's weather?
The weather is going to be insane wherever we find it. Whoppy.
5, 4, 2, 1, 5.
Sounds like Whoppy's just pressing keys at a keyboard.
That's because Whoppy actually presses keys within himself.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know.
Where is that, Whoppy?
Kellnersville, Wisconsin.
What's the weather like in Wisconsin, Whoppy?
Kellnersville, Wisconsin weather. 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind south-southeast 10 miles per hour, 59% humidity. Tonight, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Partly cloudy, 20% chance of precipitation.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Whoppy.
Thanks, Whoppy. Wow, that was very concise, not like the usual where we end up on a tangent and have to go like, and weather.
Yeah, that was
we actually did something there. I feel good about that.
Yeah, I've been tweaking Whoppy so he doesn't go like or do any weird things.
Cool. All right, good.
Yeah.
What's going on in sports?
Sports, a lot of crazy action going on in sports right now. Stanley Cup's happening.
That's
Blackhawks
true.
and the Tampa Bay Lightning. They
Lightning.
Blackhawks lost last night, so they're down 2-1 in the series. However, they did beat Anaheim down 3-2, and they're pretty good at doing stuff. So I
You
still
broke
think
a lot of hearts here in California.
Yep, thank God. And because I knew like all the Blizzard people and all those people were like, go Ducks, and then I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Now
you
their
were just
heads
like,
aren't
F your
ballooned.
Ducks.
I can keep my head ballooned.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. That's sports is all about. And then basketball, we got the NBA Finals.
All the big moments are happening now, and then
Yep.
baseball starts up.
Well, baseball's already started. Then everybody switches over. Like, hey, baseball's like...
Yeah, right now no one cares about baseball because baseball takes forever to get... The seasons are so long, no one cares until, like, late August.
Yeah, that's what I love with baseball. It's like you play 162 games, I think it is.
Nobody
And
cares.
then-
Like, people don't get into baseball until late August. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, man, if we could get... Oh, boy, if we can get my boys back to the series, that's
They-
the place.
They added a thing where it's like a wild card playoff game where two teams that would get the wild card play off in a one-game match to see who
Of
gets
course.
into the wild cards. You play
Of
162
course.
games, and then it's all decided by one
By
game.
one game, yeah.
Yep, and then they play the playoffs, and it's,
I gotta get my boys this series.
Cubs are gonna do it.
Cubs are gonna get in this
Cubs
series.
go do it. Yeah, Cubs. We're actually winning. NBA Finals tied at 1. It's Golden State and Cleveland.
Yeah, go Cleveland.
Yeah, LeBron's like, I'm gonna win you guys a championship because it's
He
been...
owes it to Cleveland. He owes it. Cleveland
does.
propped him up, treated him like a king, and he was like, I'm out, fools. I want my ring.
Yeah.
He
Now
owes
he's
him a
got it,
victory.
and now
He
he's
owes
gotta
him the
bring it.
victory. Yeah.
He does. And Golden State's just like, where'd they come from?
You know, the Warriors.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like the finals have always just been like, here's the Lakers and here's the Spurs.
The Lakers suck now. The Lakers are awful.
Lakers are very bad, which is great.
Yeah, the Lakers had their time. Really, what the Lakers teach us is that everyone who's on top will eventually be on the bottom.
It is true.
It's like YouTube. You think
Yeah.
you're successful one day, but where are those people who 2 years ago were successful? Nowhere.
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 Working at
Nobody's.
Applebee's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they got
just like the
popular, now
Knicks.
no one cares.
Just like the Knicks.
Yep.
New York Knicks, 17 wins, 65 losses.
Jesus, Knicks, come on.
So that's the thing. See, the Bulls stay in mediocrity. They always make it to the playoffs and then lose. They're
We
a
need
consistent
Jordan
team.
back. Get him out of retirement.
Yeah. They need Jordan. They need Rodman back to dye his
Pippen.
hair every game.
Get Pippen.
Yeah, back when like he could elbow people in the face and it wasn't a foul.
Make it happen. Bring it back.
Yep. Bring it back. Oh, that'd be great.
1994, Chicago Bulls.
Steve Kerr played on those Bulls, and he's the coach of the Warriors now.
What a
Fun
bum.
facts.
What a
Fun
traitor.
facts.
What a
Yeah,
traitor.
typical traitor. He should have coached the Bulls.
Yep.
So that's happening. And then in NFL news,
Jesus.
everybody on the 49ers is retiring. Like everyone. Like 5 of their players have retired this year.
That's strangely enough, the 49ers were all 49 years old.
Yeah. And surprisingly, it looks like Jacksonville might be good this year. But they probably won't.
Yeah, it's Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's Jacksonville. Patriots are being the Patriots. Tom Brady's trying to not be suspended by appealing.
Suck it, Brady. Suck it.
And aside from that, I think that's all we got.
That's everything. Everything's. Oh, and FIFA. We have to talk about FIFA.
Oh yeah, FIFA.
Oh my God, how they're all corrupt and awful people.
Yeah.
Way to go, world. You're like, oh, we're better than America. Liars.
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 So FIFA pretty much is a corrupt thing. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, horrible. Did you hear
and-
how many thousands of people have died trying to make the World Cup ready
Yeah.
for Qatar? Holy
Like
shit.
thousands.
Like thousands of people have died. And it's not even going to be ready yet for another, 4 years? 3? 2018, I think it is, right?
Yep.
3 years? And they're like, we expect, several thousand more deaths. How?
Yeah. It's like that's
They're like, all these immigrants are coming to Qatar in order to build the stadiums, and they're all dying.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Apparently, where's the death numbers? I think it's from what I last saw, it was 1,800 or something. Is a lot of people.
I have no clue. I got to look this up. Qatar, FIFA deaths. Yep, there you go. That's the first thing that pops up.
How many is it?
Death toll among its workers revealed. Oh, okay. It's 2022.
So 2,022 people have
No.
died.
2022 is when the World Cup happens.
Oh, okay.
But as of 2014, we have 1 every 2 days have died.
Whoa.
A person every 2 days has died.
Dear God. That's apparently 1,200 people. 1,200 people. Apparently, number of work deaths. In 2008, Beijing, it was 6. Africa was 2. Vancouver was 1. London was 1. Brazil was 10. Sochi was 60. And this is 1,200.
Yeah, this is saying it's on pace to kill 4,000 migrant workers.
Yeah.
How effed up is that? And these are all dudes from Nepal, too. Nepal! Poor freaking Nepal!
Yeah. That shit's crazy. And put that in retrospective to something we could relate to. 9/11 killed 3,000 people. So
I don't.
it's
like,
a
this is-
giant it's practically like a what do you
But
call
that was,
it?
but the difference is that was a
Tragedy.
huge event, and so to everyone was shocking. Like this, because it's so few are happening at a time, no one really
Yeah.
notices or cares.
Yeah.
Which is, first off, can we ask a question? I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
What the hell is FIFA doing in Qatar? I get it's a
Yeah.
growing population, it's a big city, but who wants to play sports in 12,000 degree weather.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Which is, it makes it really obvious that
It was bought and paid for?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Wednesday, next week is going to be 112 degrees there.
Shut up. Why would anyone play anything there?
Today is 105. Tomorrow's 106. Friday's cloudy with 107.
That's
Dear
insane.
God.
Like, the women are in Canada right now.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's the perfect place for football.
Yeah.
In the summer, go to Canada. Perfect. It's like it's a brisk 68 degrees.
I know.
Perfect.
Like 100, it's over 100 daily. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, it's great. But of course, Qatar is filthy rich. They probably bribed everyone, which,
Yeah.
as we know, is true. Literally everyone in FIFA was bribing somebody else.
Yeah. There's a guy working with FIFA that has an apartment that's like $70,000 a month just for his cats.
Yeah, for his cat. He has an apartment across from his apartment just for his cats.
Yeah.
You should see this guy. He's great. If you can imagine he's basically like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Like he exudes wealth, power, greed, and gluttony. Just look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a dude who's just hugely overweight, layered in like fine fabrics, has weird pets around him, and lays around in the bajillion-dollar. Basically, he's like every bad guy in every spy movie.
Yeah.
They
Exactly.
called me the Baron. Like, Jesus.
And he got reelected like last week.
Oh, that's the other guy. That's like Sepp Blatter or whatever his name is.
Sepp Blatter or something.
Yeah, and then he stepped down Tuesday.
Yeah, he's like, I have to step down because it's just the right thing to do.
It's like, you dummy.
Yeah, pretty much they're doing the super investigation. He's like, I want to do this.
Well, here's the thing. Everyone in the world apparently now is like, we always knew FIFA was awful.
Yeah.
But you can't be like, football's the best sport, but also run by the worst people.
But apparently one of the big reasons that he like kept getting reelected, because he's been reelected like a bunch of times.
Because no one challenged him.
Yeah, no. Well, all these smaller countries that have votes get the same amount of money as like all the bigger countries. So like, if America got like $3 million from FIFA, the smaller country would get $3 million too. So they're like, we don't want this to change.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, and that's why they kept voting for him. Sports.
What is
And
our big news
corruption.
story of the day?
Big news story of the day. We got a few you can pick from here.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yes.
So first up, drunk half-naked man breaks into stranger's house for chips.
That's a very strong contender.
It's a very strong contender. Florida man abducts neighbor for being loud.
That's good, but the chips are more intriguing.
Yeah, definitely more intriguing. This is just, crazy Florida man. A giant toilet clog in Florida turns out to be live iguana.
That is also very funny.
Yes.
But the chips, still intriguing.
Chips are still probably the top one. Florida man allegedly threw hot slice of pizza at roommate. Again,
that makes sense. I've thought about doing that.
yeah, a lot of people, things, and I mean, I think the chips are gonna win in this situation.
All right, let's hear the chip story.
Yeah. So, oh wait, get out of here, helicopter made of horse meat.
I'm sorry, what?
There's an article called "Here's a helicopter made of horse meat in Russia."
That's also very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested in what that helicopter was doing.
Yeah, but I mean, then you're like, it's Russia, and you're like, oh.
They need that horse meat, though.
It is very interesting. It is made of horse meat. It's like sausages of horse meat.
Wait, it's a helicopter made of sausages?
Well, like they're horse meat sausages.
Interesting.
Yeah, like let me show you a picture here.
I do need to see a picture.
There's a picture of.
Let's be very clear. I need to see a picture of this.
You can see. Like the.
Okay, that is very funny.
Yes.
I'm not sure why that exists, but it is. It's not like a real. It's like a prop thing, but like, what's it for?
I don't.
Like the
actually
Sausage
know.
Patrol?
It's not a real helicopter. They're just horsing around. The town of Kumaratu in Russia.
Clearly, it's not a real helicopter. It's like you couldn't fit even a tiny baby in that.
Yeah. To mark the anniversary of the town's founding on June 6th, some clever folks went for a cultural twofer and attempted to build the largest ever model helicopter made of horse meat sausages.
Question.
Right.
Culturally, why is that relevant to their town? Are they the home of horse meat sausages and helicopters?
The town of Kumaratu in Russia's Bashkortostan province is best known for its helicopter factory.
And horse meat.
And horse meat.
Perfect.
It's modeled about 11.5 feet long, 6 feet high, weighs about 265 pounds.
That is all sorts of stupid. All right, let's go back to the real story. The real story.
Drunk, half-naked man breaks into stranger's house for chips. Indiana police. We've all had cravings for chips in the middle of the night, but most people don't break into a stranger's house in the middle to feed themselves. Andrew Wozniak, 19, of Greenwood, Indiana.
Is that the guy who made Facebook?
That's Zuckerberg.
Who's Wozniak?
That's Apple.
Apple?
Yeah, it's Apple Wozniak.
Oh, shit. The Apple guy? What are you doing, Apple guy?
It must be probably his son.
No, I bet it's him.
Yeah. Oh, shit. He was arrested in Greenwood, Indiana, after police say he broke into a man's house wearing only his boxer shorts. The homeowner called police shortly after 3 a.m. reporting a man standing in his living room in nothing but his underwear eating chips. The caller described the suspect as incoherent and pushed him out of the house. Officers eventually found Wozniak walking down the street in only his boxer shorts. He was arrested after cops tested his blood alcohol content, which was around .106. Despite failing a blood test, Wozniak insisted to officers that he hadn't been drinking. Wozniak was first taken to Johnson County Jail, but workers suggested he'd be checked out at the hospital. During his time there, Wozniak allegedly yelled to doctors, "I'm gonna snap both of you at the same time." Wozniak has since been charged with residential entry, disorderly conduct, possession or consumption of alcohol by a minor, and intimidation, according to Wish TV.
Can we take a moment to get to the bottom of this story? Because what do you think caused him, besides the alcohol, to strip naked, but to his boxers, stumble out of his house, break into someone else's house, eat chips, watch TV, and then fight with people when they were like, "Sir, we're testing you," and he's like, "I'm gonna break you." Like, what?
Yeah.
What caused that?
That's a great question.
Because we got no answers in that story. No answers.
No answers. Not even the chips he was eating.
We don't know anything. What chips were they? Why did he think that guy would have chips in his house?
Yeah.
What was his... Did he break in for another reason?
Yeah.
And then found the chips and got distracted?
I feel like that's the more logical answer.
Why wouldn't he... why was he just in his boxers? Did he drink before he got in his boxers? Or did he start drinking and say, "Damn it, I need to be in my boxers while I drink"? A lot of questions here. A lot of unanswered questions.
Bad reporting. They should have found all these things out.
Yeah. Do we have to do all the work? I think we need to know those things.
These are really the hard-hitting facts. We don't care where he's from.
I don't. Indiana, there's a lot of weirdos in Indiana.
Yeah. It's a terrible place, actually.
Indiana's like the Midwest. It's like the Midwest Florida.
It really is.
It is.
Having driven through Indiana multiple times, I would never want to live there.
It's crazy. The place that's like an hour from my parents' house near Kentucky is like the meth capital of the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad that they've run out of needles, so they started sharing needles. So now everyone there is getting AIDS too.
Dear God. My God.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Look how sick I am right now, guys. And I want to let you know. Indiana is crazy.
Damn. It is.
But also
crazy.
we got no info from that story. There's a lot of important things we needed to know.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't get them. But here's what I'm hoping for.
Right.
Maybe before the next episode, we get some information. And we can come back to that story. And maybe we'll find out more.
Oh.
Because why was that? It's like that one story for that one girl who was like, I'm a rapper. Remember? She broke into that
that's
house
right.
and she was like, I'm a rapper. And we learned that she was like, having trouble with her life. We got backstory on that. Where's the backstory on this guy?
Yeah, there's no backstory here.
Do you have to be a famous rapper for people to care?
Yeah, that's right. And she was just like in the bathtub in her underwear.
She's like, look, I was having a rough day. And I got drunk and I just stumbled. And look, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
I crawled through a doggy door. What of it?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. So maybe this guy was having a bad day. Let us know, though. We want to know.
Yeah.
Because, like, you don't normally get drunk and then take off your clothes, or take your clothes off and then get drunk, unless you've had a shitty day.
Mm-hmm.
Or what if it was a great day? What if he just got like super laid by like 20 chicks at once?
Okay.
And he was like, ain't nothing gonna stop me. And he started to walk around the streets.
Whoa.
We don't even know.
Don't even know. It's like you just gotta crack the code of
This is like those History Channel Ancient Aliens Bible code things. There's a Bible code in here somewhere. We just need to crack it.
Yep.
We need to crack like every third letter of that story tells you what happened.
All right, hold on. Let me.
Oh Jesus! No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I eagerly await to see what the first three words are in this cracked
every
Bible
third
code.
Letter. So it's V.
Yeah, V.
L.
Vla. Okay.
VLA.
Vla. If the next one's D. Vlar.
I.
Vlari.
S.
Vlaris.
R.
Vlaris. Rye.
I.
Vlaris Re.
H.
Vlaris Ray.
I.
Hold on.
Right.
I need to write this down. We're cracking the code. We're cracking the code, Crendor. All right,
man.
so it's Vlaris. Vlaris. What were the last few? RIIH. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. D.
D.
E.
E.
T.
T.
N.
N. I'm not sure this spells anything.
It will. Just wait. H.
H.
U.
U.
O.
O.
P.
P. Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what this would say.
Maybe cryptic.
It is very cryptic.
Yeah. Maybe you gotta read it backwards even. Maybe you gotta space.
Poo. P-O-U. If we read it backwards, it's P-O-U-H-N-T.
P-O-U-H-N-T. P-O-U-H-N-T. Like pount or point. He's trying to get to a point.
And then the next one would be E-D-H-I-I-R.
I-R. Adhere. Point adhere. Point over here.
Uh-huh. And the last one would be S-I-L-R-A-V.
Silrav. Point over here. Silrav. Silver. There's silver over here.
There was silver in the house, and he was going to go steal the silver, but he got distracted by the potato chips.
Oh my God, he knows his treasure
we
there.
Bible coded that shit. Easy. Done.
Wow.
Done.
May as well make a movie like Nicolas Cage finding treasure.
We just Bible code stuff, but it's all gibberish. It's all just like, oh my God. Silver over here.
There's silver over here.
Everyone's like, what does that mean? Don't you see? It's the Illuminati.
Ancient Mayans used to smelt silver into potato chips.
Oh,
but they didn't
God.
eat them. They put them in chests because they were like coins, like chip coins.
Yes.
Oh my God. It all makes sense.
Like chip coins, like chip tunes, which are on the internet, which is the home of Bitcoin. It was a Bitcoin conspiracy.
Which means they knew about Bitcoin way back then, which means aliens.
Yep. Full circle. Full circle. We got it figured out. You're welcome for wasting your time, internet. We did that with no problem. Neither of us are too concerned about that.
Nope.
We did that and felt pretty good about it.
Which means FIFA's stealing money.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back with another episode shortly. And as always, to be continued. Woo.